Hey everybody, how are you? I came on early. I'm going to be in and out, but for the post game, I will be here. This is disgusting. I have to, first of all, I don't know why Peterson is still on this team. Okay, I'm going to try to be calm. I don't want to scream. Already, I had uh, a comment on here that YouTube took off. I just, how much torture? All right, this is ridiculous now. It's totally ridiculous. I don't get it. How is it possible that this team can be this bad? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, William, I told you guys he's not going to be back on the team. They'll release him. I think Robert needs back surgery. This is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. And I don't know how much we have to put up with. That's the scary thing here. Like, how much do we have to put up with? Look, Mendoza's not up there in the batter's box. I understand that. But there comes a point when a team just looks dead in the water. And this is a team that when they are down 1-0, I really almost believe it's over. I don't quite believe it's over at 1-0. Yeah, Peterson's done. Peterson's done. At least Peterson's done here in New York. Peterson will never be effective again in New York. I don't look. I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I didn't buy new batteries for my crystal ball, but this is just terrible. This is so disheartening. And that's the thing. You know, when you have a team that rips the heart out of you, that you have no shot, it's very, very sad, especially in a big city. It's sad anywhere. But when you're in New York and you have a $370 million payroll, you know, if this were the Oakland A's of whatever it was a decade ago and they had a $110 million payroll, even they put up 3 runs once in a while. This team does nothing. I mean, when there's a leadoff runner on second base, you know they're not going to score. You really know they're not going to score. When the other team, with 2 out, doubles, you know they are going to score. And they're probably going to score multiple runs. And this is just terrible. It really is. And I don't know how much we have to go through. Like, when do they just say, you know, it's an embarrassment now? One of the biggest cities, and we're just embarrassed. We are made fun of. You can't imagine Cohen, who certainly has an ego, okay? You can't imagine that he doesn't think that detractors are saying, like, yeah, Big Steve, good for him, schmuck, right? Yeah, they are not doing anything, William. I don't care if Peterson goes another 3 innings and gives up 1 hit with 8 strikeouts. Okay? You could not fall behind in the first inning. Not with this team. You have to give them a chance at least to even scratch a run across and get the fans into it a bit. You can't just go out there and load the bases and no out. You can't do it. This should be 5-0 right now, probably. He got very lucky. Yeah, you can't have 2 runners on an inning. And another hit, leadoff hit. This is just ridiculous. And how much do they want? You know, eventually what's going to happen is people are going to be destroying Cohen. I think they are already, but now he's going to be a laughing stock. Don't think for a second there aren't owners that are very happy about this. That are very happy that he looks like an asshole. Hey, Bayonet. I had to come on early because I figured you guys would calm me down. I figured on YouTube I'd behave a little before they throw me off. And another hit. First and second, no out. This is just ridiculous. The Mets make teams that are not very good look like the Dodgers. What do they have? 7 hits already in 4 innings? I think they've had about 11 base runners already, or 12 base runners already. This is just terrible. It's terrible to see what's happened to Peterson, who at one time, Clayton Kershaw thought that Peterson was very talented. He had said it. But this is just ugly. You know, he throws 92 miles an hour now, right over the plate. His ball has no vertical jump. It has nothing. They come in flat. You know, he can't. When's the last time you saw Peterson get a fastball by anybody? He can't blow a fastball by you anymore. It's the same thing. It's the same MO. High outside. They lay off it. You know, I know, William. William, you should come on. Are you still on your iPad? You should come on and say hi to me. And another hit. I'm so numb that I just can't even react. How you know something? I have to admit it here. Maybe it's just not our year. Do you ever have one of those days? Let them get out of this inning so we have 5 minutes to talk, so I don't annoy you with my story. Oh, what a play. And he drops the ball. So Beatty goes to tag the guy at third. He misses him, and Jared drops the ball at first, and now the bases are loaded with no out. This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable. How much torture do we have to endure? Oh, he's out. Okay, so the runner at third's out. It should have been a double play. That was a good play by Beatty. I think he got him. He got him. So he's out. But they would have had a double play. William, believe me, Keith is going to. I'm surprised that they're holding it together. Ronnie Darling actually gets more angry than Keith. I'm surprised at that. I would trade half my team right now for Francona. I would trade Soto straight up for Francona. If Francona was 15 years younger. The Mets have more talent than Cincinnati, even with the Mets injured. And look where Cincinnati is and look where the Mets are. That's all Francona. Last year, if the Mets have Francona, the Mets win the wild card, not Cincinnati. Francona beat the Mets for the wild card, not the Cincinnati Reds. That's the difference of having a manager that matters. And I don't want to hear Mendoza, well, after a rough first inning, he put it together. No, he didn't. Okay, there's 2 runners on every fucking inning. No, he didn't put it together. You know what happened? He got a ground ball for a double play, and Beatty made a great play at third. Or it should be 7-0 right now. No, he didn't get it together. Getting it together is not putting 2 runners on base every inning. That's not getting it together. That you happen to get out of it. Sick of the excuses. Really sick of the excuses now. And Paul Mendoza has to go through this because he's the talking head that has to go out there and take the abuse. Is he a good manager? No, but this team's terrible. Look, Peterson doesn't get to this ball right off the tip of his glove. Get out of here. This is terrible. Oh my God. What torture. What torture. They should be out of the inning. Jared Young shouldn't have dropped that ball at first. And there's a shot in the gap. Hey, P3. This is disgusting. Let me tell you something, because I'm ready to fucking blow right now. But let me tell you something. I am very surprised that Cohen just hasn't lost it. He is going to lose it very quickly. You'll see. I can't imagine, as nice a guy as he may be, that he is not screaming at Stearns. I can't imagine it. And if Cohen calls Stearns tonight and says, fire him, Stearns has to fire him. I can't imagine how long they can go down this road. How long can you just continually be embarrassed? You see, you're getting embarrassed every night now. You're not losing tough games and you're just not hitting and you're not, you're 1 for 19 with runners in scoring position. You're losing 5-3. No, you're getting blown out every game. And you know why they have Peterson pitching? Because they know they can't come back. They know they can't win this game. That's why Peterson's still pitching. They don't want to blow out the bullpen because they know they can't come back. They know right now, if they score 4 more runs this inning with Peterson, it doesn't matter. Because this is a 15-0 lead right now. Disguised as 5-0. And it looks like a good crowd out there tonight. But something has to be done. William, I'm sure he is. P3, yeah, I think Cohen is waiting on the casino. I don't doubt he wants to win, but, because he's a competitive guy. A competitive guy doesn't want to be embarrassed like this. He's obviously a competitive guy. Bayonet, I'll tell you something, though. This is really the worst. This is worse than the 2006 collapse. Because this is every single day. Every batter's 3-2. I don't think Peterson will be in the starting rotation again. I think you've seen the last of Peterson. You have to now. You bring up a rookie and he gives up 6 runs, you can live with it. You can at least say, well, he showed some. You can always find a silver lining with a young pitcher that comes up and gives 4 runs in 4 innings. Well, he's made a couple of mistakes. This guy makes a mistake every inning. This is a veteran who can't get out the Cincinnati Reds. I don't know, boys. I just think that I better find some Valium real quick. Oh, boy. I'm going to step away. Hold the fort down, William. I'll be back in a bit.
Gets his 300th career win, and I tell you, this is really an exciting moment.
For his 8th consecutive game, hitting a home run, takes the ball.
That Savella play might be the play that
He says 2 doubles. Hey, did he get all of it? Did he? Holy cow, he did it!
We get, and that'll be it. Losers of 9 of last 10. Oh, you're gonna get it. I'm doing the Billy. You know what it's like? It's like me. Ah! You know, I'm getting ready. How you doing, man? Yeah, this is sick, man. I had to put a Phil Rizzuto fucking video on. This is how bad it is. I'm listening to Holy Cow. That's what I'm listening to from 1975. Billy just turned the switch now. This is ridiculous. I'm sick of hearing ball 4. I'm sick of it. It's unbelievable. This is what I've resorted to. I'm going to have ABBA singing Dancing Queen next. What am I going to do on here? Can't talk about the Mets because I want to fucking kill myself if I talk about them. Unbelievable. This is unreal. When does my torture stop? Rangers, thank God I'm not and I can't even be a Knick fan. Can you imagine if I were a Knick fan? At least I'd have something to be happy about. The only fucking guy in Queens that doesn't like basketball. Fucking believable. It's my life. Unreal. Unreal. You know what I'm listening to? This is what I'm listening to, trying to relax during a Met game. This is what I have to do, because I can't find the value. This is what I'm listening to. Olivia Newton-John, Had You Never Been Mellow. This is why I don't want to go fucking buy rope at Home Depot.
There was a time when I was in a hurry as you are.
My legs are stiff because I can't do a fucking happy dance because I never win.
Like you. There was a day when I just had to tell my point.
Have I never been mellow? I know, Bayonet. You P3? Boy, you got that right. You got that right. Oh, my God. You know what Keith must be saying and stuff? Oh, my. Can you imagine what Pete Alonso's doing? Pete Alonso could hit 135 this year, and he was happier there. Can you imagine? If McNeil was in a coma tonight, and they finally revived him, he'd go, thank God I'm in Oakland. He died. Look at this. I know, P3. This is ridiculous. I'm singing Have You Never Been Mellow? 8:31 on a Tuesday night. The Mets season's over. It's not even the end of May yet. We still got a few days for that. I'm not a Knick fan, so I can't even enjoy that. And Kimbrel will fucking combine no-hit someone tomorrow with Tampa. He'll set a record like 18 straight strikeouts. Oh, Bayonette, that's fun. You know, Pete was right. I give Pete credit. He said to Stearns, when you're fucking around with all your stats, I'll be going to the Hall of Fame. Good for him. Well, now I see why Stearns didn't sign him, if he really said that. Oh, the next time I see 23, it'll be with a 1 in front of it. But this is ridiculous. And me, like an idiot, I had to put on Keith Hernandez replays to remind me about what a good team does. I see Jared Young take a ball that hit in his glove. The ball pretty much shook his head. I'm not staying in here and left. And he's going, my bad. No shit. No, it's my fault hearing fucking 8 miles away. It's my fault you dropped it. Jesus Christ almighty. God give me strength. Fuck the money. This is unreal. This is unreal. Stearns, yep. I told you, P3. Goldfinger. Take that yarmulke like it's, what was the guy's name? Odd job, blow job. Take the yarmulke and take his fucking head right off the Met hat. Like, fling it. Fucking unbelievable. I gotta go through this fucking bullshit. Tuesday night, I'm fucking screaming. It's not even 9 o'clock yet. I'm sitting here on the other screen watching Cool for Cats with Squeeze. This is what I want. I'm going to make you happy right now.
All through the ball game, he started off.
Lice. The shortstop is Bud Harrelson. And around at third, Ed Charles.
Ed Harrelson, Ed Charles, whatever the fuck he was, they all hit you.
Agee is in center field. And Ron Swoboda is in right field. The catcher is Jerry Grody. And Jerry Kuzman, who warmed up down in the bullpen under the watchful eye of Met pitching coach Rube Walker, has not yet made an appearance. There is Kuzman toweling off before getting ready to come out onto the mound.
1969 World Series.
Earlier this year, he had a ball backing out of play for strike one.
Jerry Kuzman had more hits this week. In one game, he started in 69, and the Mets had the whole fucking week. Kuzman will be batting third in the Met lineup now, and he's a fucking pitcher, and he's dead.
That's in for a called strike. The Mets with their predominantly right-hand batting order here this afternoon against the left-hander. It is the batting order that produced 1 run in the first game of the World Series and 2 to get a win over McNally in the second game last Sunday. Yes, Gil Hodges carrying the baseball is coming over now. Hodges showing the baseball to DeMuro. Hodges, we might have a shoe polish play here. Remember the Nippy Jones shoe polish play in the 1957 World Series at Milwaukee? That is Dick Hall up and throwing. Dick Hall throwing in the bullpen.
Dick Hall.
Low for a ball. It's 1-1.
You know, Lindsey Weiss had only 2 home runs all year. Came on successive days in July. Now 1 in the World Series.
Swing and a miss.
As
we noted before, in his major league career, Weiss had hit only 6, but one of those 6 had been off Dave McNally. And it was his base hit off McNally Sunday that won the ball game for the New York Mets. McNally strikes out Kuzman for his 6th strikeout.
They just put Tommy 18 to drop down to fucking run to Houston. You wouldn't stop. You wouldn't just go.
Agee today walked, stole second base in the first inning, flied to center, and bunted his way up. That's low for a ball. It's 1-0 now to
Buddy Harrelson would be batting third in this line if he's a lifetime 210 hitter.
Leon Jones having to swing on deck.
Buddy Harrelson would have more RBIs than Bichette in this line.
Oh, McNally goes behind.
All lefties look the same. You get from 60 years ago. They all
He was
look the
posted
same,
to
right?
a 3-run lead, and he has seen the Mets come back to get 2 in the 6th and 1 in the 7th, so it's all even at 3 runs each.
That's it down. He's down 5-0.
2-0 delivery. Low, and he goes behind 3-0 now to Harrelson.
Buddy Harrelson looks like he's like,
Eddie Yost is the sideman at third. Eddie
Yost.
Yost, who played in Washington for many years, but was born in Brooklyn and has a master's degree from NYU. Lives now on Long Island. 3-0 pitch. He was taking all the way, and it's in for a call, strike one.
Oh, yes, the umpire had to fucking do his job.
Eddie Yost was never with the first place ball club until 1962. A few days with the Los Angeles Angels. Swing and a miss, and it's 3-2.
Belongs to the Mets too, buddy. Oh, that was some catch. Look at Keith Hernandez on the screen. Keith don't even want to sit with them anymore. This pitch is good for Cincinnati. Burns. Their pitcher is throwing less than a no-hitter pretty much. And our guy, McClain, is always shaking his head. 3 runs on 5 hits. It's just not fair. It's not fair. It really isn't fair. The abuse. Really isn't. The bullshit we got to go through. Fucking bullshit.
There's a drive hit the deep center. Blair going back, and that one is gone.
Yeah, people actually hit home runs. We don't.
There's a drive in the deep left center. Racing hard is A.G. What a grab! Tom A.G. saves 2 runs.
Tommy A.G. going all the way to the track. Look at the backhand stab with the glove. And now he'll have to break himself with the bare hand on the wall. A lot of white showing. Look at that ball.
See if that would have met the field. He pull a hamstring and break his hand on the same fight.
And it is a fly ball. It'll be tough to get to. A.G. is going, and A.G. makes a diving catch. He's out.
Now this man has possibly saved 5 runs in this game. Watch it in slow motion. The wind is blowing out. Now A.G. twice has clutched this ball in the webbing of his glove. Once against Hendricks for 2 on and 2 out. This time with the bases loaded.
Unreal. No, hey, Wesley, yeah, this is unwatchable. This is unwatchable. What are the odds he's going to strike out? That pitch was right here in my living room, in my bedroom, that pitch. And I'm fucking 12 miles away from there. Oh, my God. This is terrible. You know when the pain's going to end? When I start doing nature shows on here after the Met games. An alligator pissing or something in the Everglades. That's what I got to start doing on here. Because I'm not going to last the summer here. I'll be sitting there doing this. Like Randall, whatever his name was in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Yeah. You're going to see me doing like this. It's incredible. And I'm laughing. A moron I am. Right? And I'm laughing about this. My friend said, you want to go to the Parks tonight? Play a little crap? I got to do a Met post-game. Fucking moron I am. I deserve it. I deserve all this bullshit. It's just unbelievable. It's unbelievable. I've never seen anything like it. It's hard. It's hard to believe. I know because I've been a fan a long time, but I really haven't seen anything like this. Have I seen comparable where it was disgusting? Yeah, of course. If you're a fan a long time, you get that, but especially a Met fan. But this is just too much now. It's just like, when does you have to, Bill. Yeah, you have to laugh about it. You just have to say, what the fuck? Like, this is unbelievable. It's really. Oh, William, after this post game, I'm telling you, tomorrow will be B6. It's going to be a bingo channel. I need some normalcy in my life. Like this bullshit. Just unbelievable. And this is what we used to have. This is what we used to have. Because, we did have a team at one time, short spurts. Yeah, we weren't always tortured.
1969, man performed 2 feats that staggered the imagination of the American public. One took place in mid-July,
Well, the Beatles broke up too.
250,000 miles from planet Earth, when man first landed on the moon. The other took place in October, here on planet Earth on a baseball diamond, when the 100-to-1 underdog New York Mets became the world champions of baseball. How did the American public react to both events? They used one word.
Listen to this.
Amazing! 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 Amazing!
Amazing. Amazing.
Amazing! 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 Asombrosos! Amazing! 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 It's just amazing!
Earl Bailey. I didn't even see it, but I know you got to be talking about it. I bring up every rookie. I bring up every rookie now. You can't have this team on the field anymore. You know what? If Stearns said right now, if he walked on the field and went, "Turn out!" and went to the fucking podium, they grabbed the microphone and everything, he said, "Everyone, I fucked up. Let this game end. I'll have a press conference. The Mets are challenging." That's what we root for now. I don't root for runs to come in. I root for challenges to come in. The Mets are winning 3-1 in challenges tonight. That's what I have to root for. And he's still pitching? Look at this. Oh, my God. Please tell me, how is it possible that Mendoza don't get fired after tonight? Please tell me. How could Stearns won't because whatever, but how is it that Mendoza doesn't get fired tonight? It's like I left the keys in the house and they robbed the house. Should I be in charge of security the next time? This is terrible. Manaya's coming in. Well, we thought he threw some good pitches. We lost 18-0, but you know what? We see some improvement. He threw 91 and a half now, not 90. Mike, you know something? When this team went woke, they were done. Go ask Anheuser-Busch. They lost $18 billion fucking dollars when they tried to go woke. It doesn't work. Even God, who's pretty fair, says, "Oh, that's too much. You know what? Fuck you." After a while, it's too much now. You got a 98-year-old fucking guy like this. And he's staring at a pride flag during Veterans Day. He's saying, he thinks his eye's going. He said, bring me to the eye doctor. Fucking flag is in pink. He's looking for an American flag and says, is that pink? It's supposed to be red, isn't it? Can you imagine this shit? Gotta fix the pants here. Can you imagine? Poor veteran. He can't even have his own day. He's got to stare at a fucking pride flag. He's 100 fucking years old. Michael, it's true. That's the scary thing. I'm not trying to be funny. It's fucking true. The guy's 99 years old. You got to say, no, breathe. You can't forget to breathe. They got to remind him to breathe. And he's staring at a pride flag saying, isn't it red, white, and blue? This is what we're dealing with. The guy comes in, he says, hello, sir, no, on the bread box. What the fuck is this? I'm going to piss out here. Can you imagine this bullshit we got to put up with? And I wish I were kidding. I'm not kidding. Can you imagine a 95-year-old man staring at a pride flag on Veterans Day? You know what he's saying? I'm 90. Maybe I could die tomorrow. Like he's looking to drop dead right there. He's hoping he don't even make it home. Your eyes are burnt. It's true, though. It's true. Fucking poor old bastard. He almost died in Iwo Jima, wherever the fuck he almost died. And they can't even honor him. He's got to see 3 fucking transvestites dancing on the fucking thing going like this. The fuck out of here. The guy wishes he'd go blind. I'm surprised he didn't fucking blind himself for city dirt. You're psyched you're 98 and almost fucking dead when you're there. Shakes his head and says, well, thank God. I'm supposed to be dead. Maybe tomorrow's the day. Go play the lotto. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous. This is what they worry about. They worry about transgenders doing this. Worry about getting a fucking hit. Fucking Alex Cohen and Lindor's wife. Get the fuck out of here already. Eat his contract, tell him, you know what, you Mamdani, you white, get the fuck out of here. Go smile somewhere else. Fuck you. Need your fucking bullshit in the clubhouse. Now I'm starting to think it was his fault, not McNeil's, with that fight in the tunnel. I know McNeil was annoying. Yeah, Alex Cohen's a lib. They're all libs. Steve Cohen, Alex Cohen, Stearns, his wife, Mamdani saying kill all the Jews, and they're going, yeah! Fucking morons they are. They deserve everything they get. The fuck out of here. Don't get me started. You've seen nothing yet. You think this is crazy. Wait till the 8th inning comes along. Fucking pride bullshit. That's what they're worried about. Photo ops with Mamdani. When Mamdani's wife have articles, good, when you tried to kill the Jews. Stearns, you're Jewish. Steve, you're Jewish. Lindor, you're anything you want to be because you're a phony piece of shit. Today you'll be Jewish. This is what you go through. Yeah, Dom, what's up? Yeah, of course they hated Pete. Of course they did. It's ridiculous. Juneteenth. What a fucking disaster. What a disgrace. Every left-hander the Mets have fucking sucks. And every time we go against the left-hander, like that guy last night, he looks like Randy fucking Johnson and Koufax had a kid. I can't believe Peterson's. What are you in the dugout for? Haven't they fucking seen enough of you tonight? They look out for them. Stearns won't even spend Cohen's money. And then the commercials you got to see. Fucking every commercial, T-Mobile, guys that look like wrestlers are dancing, doing the tutus. You got a guy crying like a bitch in the kitchen over a phone bill. Oh, fuck out of here. You see truck drivers honking at women that are driving. The guy, and he has a pink shirt on. He's winking at you. Oh, God, disgusting. Why can't I be 98 tonight? You know what? Enough already. I can't do this anymore. Sickening. And I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against anybody. But you know what? You know, I don't walk into a fucking funeral with a fucking T-top and a string bikini saying, "Hi, guys, sorry." I don't do that. There are times when you do things. You don't walk into a wedding and when they say, "Oh, doesn't the bride look beautiful?" What are you fucking kidding? She's 400 pounds. She looks terrible. You don't say that. There are times when you say things and there's times you don't. On Veterans Day, you don't put a fucking transgender dancing on the fucking screen. I wish I was in this organization. I'd be fired before I walked in. Yeah, they have been, Mike. She's an alpha lady? Well, listen, God bless her. There's nothing wrong with that. But you know what? You have to have your priorities. Be an alpha where it counts. Oh, can you imagine me? Yeah, William, you know what? And the sad thing is he won't be fired. That's the sad thing. Mike, I'm glad you enjoy it. Unfortunately, I'm not doing it to get views and shit. This is me. You ought to see me when I was 30. I'm 64. Can you imagine me when I was younger? I was the guy, New Jersey. Remember when they were pushing New Jersey? Go to vacation to Jersey, right? New Jersey. Come to New Jersey. Yeah, funny. Honey, pack the beds. Fuck Hawaii. We're going to Bayonne, you lucky bitch. Right? Every red looks like a Gold Glover also. Chase Burns. Well, Chase Burns is good. He has a 1.83 ERA. That means the Mets would have lost like 9 to -3 tonight. Like they would have 3 less runs than 0. He's good, this guy. We have McClain. McClain was supposed to win Rookie of the Year. You know what? McClain's going to have a fucking 9 ERA, and this guy's going to go 20-2. You know what? It's sad because the base hits mean nothing now. It means nothing. You get a hit now, Bichette. What a terrible, terrible fucking thing. My God. This pitcher should have pitched a no-hitter tonight against this Met team because this pitcher got great stuff. No, I'm not going to do that, William. I can't afford to replace him. I'm kidding. You know, the 4 pitches I throw to Soto, I throw them to the first baseman. That would be how intentional that walk would be. Everybody's smart, Mike. Cohen and Stearns are smart. Oh, and that's gone. You know what? Fuck it. Because I know I'm never going to be able to do this again. I'm giving you guys a happy dance. How's that? Who wants to see a happy dance? A home run dance? I'm going to give you a home run dance now. Just because we haven't had it in a while. I gave you a little one. All right, enough. Even this don't work. The fuck out of here. You see how I'm tortured? I turned it off 3 times. And he's wearing a helmet. They're wearing an orange. I'm surprised it's not a pink helmet. That'll be next. It'll be a pink helmet with a fucking feather on it. Unbelievable. Yeah, William. Look at that hair. You think he has enough hair on his head, Sono? The fuck is that? I thought that was a wig. That's really his hair. Looks like Bozo the Clown stepped in fucking oil. Jesus Christ. YMCA, yeah. It is good exercise. I need something tonight. 6-2. Yumi. I wish Bob Murphy was here. I wish Ralph Kiner was here and his drunken still. Fuck this Met team. I wish. Imagine what he'd be saying, Ralph Kiner, behind the scenes here. Oh, God, they fucking suck. Fill it up. Yeah, unbelievable. Yeah, look how upset Chase Burns is. If I'm the pitching coach, when Burns comes in, I say, what are you thinking? What the fuck are you throwing him a strike for? That's what you, look at his hair. What the fuck happened to his hair? I still grow hair, right? This is 3 weeks. Soto had a crew cut 6 weeks ago. Jesus Christ. Dom, I agree. I believe that. If you're not woke and politically correct. See, to me, politically correct is not woke. They're 2 different things. There's nothing wrong with being aware of social commentary. Nothing wrong with it. There's something wrong with pushing everything in someone's face. That's the problem. When you spend $10,000 to go to Walt Disney and Cinderella on the float has a dick, there's a problem. Yeah, well, I think Kiner was hammered half the time. He's what, taking him out? How many pitches has he thrown? He must be at 80, 90 pitches, right? They took him out pretty early. Oh, he's thrown 90 pitches. Okay. Burns threw 90. I didn't realize he threw that many. I'm not used to the Mets having at-bats where there's more than 3 straight out. I'm not used to it. Oh, he was always drunk. Yeah. We have a couple of minutes here. We're going to go. I'm going to give you something that you'll laugh at. Okay. Let's see if I can find something that you like.
Take at least a base it away, maybe more than a single, probably a double. Slider hit into right center field, and Heap a long way to go. He gets there. So 2 plays by Danny Heap, and the Phillies are out in order. And the score at the end of 10, it is the New York Mets 3 and the New York Mets tied up with the Phillies, who have 3.
Bo Diaz, the left-hander for the Mets.
Or Carlos Diaz.
What did I say, Bo?
Yeah. Bo, the catcher of the
Manager of the New York Mets, Jim Fanning, took over for, I should say, for the Montreal Expos, took over for Bill Bearden, who was manager until just about a month ago. Infield is in, and there's a drive, a great play out of Dan Grayson. How did he catch that ball? And again, he gets in the kitchen of the batter. This one popped up in the shallow center, and a diving try by Giles, and he caught that ball. Did he? No, he didn't.
We go to the top of the 7th inning. Mike Torres doing a fine job. And a guy who also does a fine job back for the play-by-play, Ralph Kiner.
Thank you very much, Tim McCarver. Excuse me. The Mets are awaiting the arrival of Keith Hernandez. Let's go downstairs right now as our co-herd Bud Harrelson hosts.
Even Tim McCarver can't stop
Excuse me, Frank Howard. Well, you'll get it right, Ralph, eventually. And he hits it out to left field. It's way back. It could be gone. It's going. It is gone. Goodbye. Darryl Strawberry with a love opposite field home run, and the Mets lead 3-2.
Oh, boy.
Dervell. And here's the 2-1 part.
2-1
And it's 2-2. Parker ejected from last night's ball game.
Parker was ejected from tonight's, but he's coming up anyway.
Vehemently protesting. Dim Raines with 37 stolen bases, and Mookie with 33. Mookie running, he'll make it, and a good stop on the ball by, should say,
It's not Mookie.
running. And this ball hit the deep left field. It's way back, going. It is gone. Goodbye. Andre Dawson with a 2-run home run, and the Phillies lead 2-0.
The Phillies lead 2-0.
The start of the Twins game has been delayed. They're having a home plate ceremony, and Griffith, the owner of the Washington Senators, is selling his 52%, his and his sister's 52% of the team to Carl Pollard. Boy, and that's tradition going away.
Oh, my God. He'd be perfect here. At least we'd be laughing while we're crying. It's like we cry, laugh, cry, laugh. It would be like good clown, bad clown. What do they call it? Ah, there it is. There's one, and there's the other. Oh, my God. Vientos is terrible. The whole team's terrible. They're terrible. But this is real bad, man. I have to go get some water because my throat is... Hold the fort, guys. I'll be right back. If you hear a toilet flush, it was me drowning myself. And I wasn't taking a piss because I'm dry. You know what I want to do just for a second? I just want to do this for a second. I'm dreaming here. I'm dreaming what it's like to like a winning team. The Yankees World Series hat. It's just like maybe I'll just feel good for 5 fucking seconds. Now I got to put this thing on and turn into the fucking Hulk. Oh, God, give me strength. So, yeah. Another shit show. This I'm talking about, mine. But you know what? I've been on an hour and 2 minutes. I feel like I just turned 73 right now. I don't know what to do. I'm at a loss for words. Hey, Will. William, why don't you come on and say hi to me? Why don't we get some people in here? I'll drop the link if you want to come in, come in. You're all welcome. How's that? I'm dropping the link. I know, Foo. Come in. I'm dropping the link. Anybody that wants to come in, we'll have a kumbaya session here. We'll be like the fucking Jim Jones people. You know, what just happened here? What did I do here? There's the link if you want to come in and say hi. If you'd like to come in and say hi, come in. Hey, Gerald. Yeah, the Cubs are shot. Cubs are shot. Bayonet, cover it. They don't. You could just talk on here. Anyone in any Ralph? I watched one Ralph Kiner video. I can't fucking talk. Anyone that wants to come on and say hi, you can cover your camera. You don't have to have your face on. Yeah, Mike. At least the stock market's up. That's a good thing. I'm telling you. If they had a rally in New York where Donald Trump is hated and Trump stood next to Cohen or Stearns, they'd get shot before Trump. I'm being serious. Not that I want anybody hurt. God forbid. You know, I might not like Stearns. I might not like Cohen. I might not, but I don't want them hurt, obviously. I want them fucking out of here. And it's a shame because, you know, Minaya a couple of years ago had a really good look in the playoffs. He was amazing. He was great. I don't blame Stearns for liking his stuff a couple of years ago. He did pitch well. He was right about him. Stearns was right about Holmes, but I don't know if he just was cheap and didn't want to pay anybody, and Holmes took the money. Yeah, Mike. The Buffalo Billy Show. I'm tuned into the Buffalo Billy Show. I need help. I need help, man. Help me, please. Get me out of this fucking torture. Any on life choices? Yeah. Can't even fix my phone here. Even my phone went dead. What the fuck is wrong here? Oh, yay. Thank you, Bill. Oh, we got someone. Hey, man. How are you? How are you? You hear me, Will? How are you? How you doing? Good. This is terrible, isn't it? This is terrible. You know, I never thought I'd root for the Wilpons to be back. But William, I wouldn't mind taking the Wilpons. I wish the Wilpons would buy the team. This is terrible. What do you think? You think he's ever going to get fired in those, or you think he's here for the year? Here for the year? I agree with you. I don't think they're going to fire him. He must have he probably has an arrangement with Stearns and Cohen. They probably said, we'll try what we can this year, but you're safe. Because it can't be anything. I can't imagine Cohen, he can't be a stupid businessman. I can't imagine him keeping him. You know? It was like a Soprano episode. Someone hit William. Will, you still there? Someone came out with a members only jacket. You okay there, William? You went black, which is politically correct. Oh, your mic's not working? Okay. Well, I'll do the talking. I'll make believe I'm you. So, yeah, this is disgusting. We could have had Eugenio Suarez also. We could have had him. We refused to sign him. He has about 14 RBIs in 4 innings against the Mets. And where is Keith Hernandez? Why is Keith Hernandez not in the booth?
They're just in law that they're in the presence of Keith Hernandez down amongst them. Oh, gosh.
This is terrible, William. I don't know what's going to happen. William got hit again. Got more than one life. William, I do think that there will be something done soon. I don't know when, but they're going to have to. Yeah, Keith's at the bar. That's how bad it is. Keith's at the bar. They're going to do something soon, William, I would think, because I don't think you could really keep this like this now. You know, how long you get, the fans are going to really start revolting. The only thing is, if you replace, you're still only 7.5 out of the wild card. And if you replace Mendoza, and usually teams get they get a little juiced up for that. Who knows? If you bring in someone popular, who knows? But I don't think they have any chance if they don't replace Mendoza. I think the only shot, look, you brought up a couple of rookies. It helped for a week or so. But, your rookies aren't fucking Babe Ruth. You need something. And I just think that I think the day is coming. I do. I know we've been saying that for a month, but, like, how much longer can you let this go? I know, P3, everybody's in front of us. But you know what? Those teams aren't all that good. Though all those teams are 500 teams. So if we went 15-5, we'd pick up. We'd be 2 out with 80 left. Think about it. The problem is we don't score. And I think if we had a manager, William, that look, I know it's not the way anymore. Managers don't throw over tables anymore. They just don't do it. It's a different world out there now. But you got to do something. You sit Simeon. You put Ewing at second base. You start Morbido, and you sit Simeon. And how could Stearns argue with you? You see, he's hitting 210. We got to win. I don't give a shit that you like him. He's a good. Obviously, he's not great in the clubhouse because they're not winning. Everyone they brought in that was a great clubhouse guy, the clubhouse sucks. What I'm afraid of, William, is that players aren't going to want to come here.
True.
Why would anybody want to come here? This is a shit show. Even Bichette at this point, you think Bichette's saying, I took $42 million, I could have made 35 and maybe made the playoffs. It's just very scary. Unbelievable. Were you surprised that I know your mic's not working, but were you surprised that Peterson was starting today without a starter, without an opener? And the sad thing is, with Bichette and Soto on your team, you're 4 out, and Cincinnati has a sucky bullpen. You know something? You wouldn't be totally out of it. If this team could hit a little, you have 3 at-bats left you could put up 4. But they just don't have any hitting. And Mets left-handers all look the same. They throw the same way. They miss a high outside. The guy yesterday was unbelievable, the Cincinnati starter. He was terrific. This young pitching coach, you could say he hasn't done a job, but, they are 5th best ERA. It's a young man's game now. You see the pitching coach, he's young too. They're just going with youth now. You could nod, being that your thing isn't working. Would you hire Robbie Thompson?
No.
You wouldn't. You wouldn't. Beltran? I don't know if Beltran, you know, it's he's going to the Hall of Fame. You know, that's a whole summer. Yes, family's excited. I don't know if he'd want to do it now. Maybe next year take over. But I don't know if he'd want to. I don't know who wants to step into this mess, because it really, you're probably not going to be a hero. This team stinks. So you're going to come in. You're not going to make a difference. I don't know what the answer is here. I don't know. They all right, P3. They all throw on the 95 miles an hour. That's the problem. No one could throw anything by you. They sit on now they sit on McLean's pitches because he can't get his off-speed pitches over. So they know those are going to be outside, so they just wait for the fastball. The book is out on McLean already. That was a good pitch. Right, Larry. You're not going to ruin your resume. You know you're going to come here and they're going to probably lose 95 games. You're not going to make a difference here. You know, you might make a difference for 15 games. You'll go 9-6. They did that already. They won 6 out of 7. And everything that they did, they've lost 6 out of 7 now. How shitty must you feel when you make out against the Met team? Peters, he must feel like a loser. I don't know what we do. I don't know what we do. Right, Mike. We have too many issues. We have way too many issues. And we don't have any answers. Right. If we had one major issue, you know, if we needed a bullpen guy, you know, one of our guys like Robert, if we lost our center field and we had to go get a center fielder, you tried for someone like Harrison Beatty, you'd make a trade. But you're right. There's just too much to deal with now. There's just too much. It's impossible. I don't know what the answer is. Probably no answer, at least not for this year. You know, the only thing we could hope for is that something positive happens in the next month, which probably won't. Yeah, you're right, Bayonet. You have to deal with a bunch of multi-millionaires. That's the problem. Michael, yeah. Isn't it terrible? Are you still in here, Mike? Hold on. There you are. Hold on. There you go. Can you hear me? William, can you hear me? William, can you hear me? Can you hear me, William? I don't know if William can hear me. You should be in there, William. So let's see. You know, now you have to root for, well, William, something happened with William's feed. Eric Wagaman. This is who we have. $370 million. Eric Wagaman's up. You imagine? Eric Wagaman. It just gets better and better. I don't even know where he plays. This is. Oh, that's okay, William. Don't worry about it. That's fine. We'll do it another time. Don't worry about it, brother. I'm glad you came in. It was nice to say hi to you. But this is terrible. These are the guys we have to depend on. Well, at least he's taking pitches, but that's because I don't think he can hit. You know, it's different having a good eye and you just don't know how to hit. Yeah, Beatty. Yeah, that rookie card. Hey, listen, I also thought after last year that Beatty would be okay this year. I did. They could have traded him. They could have got a lot for him. I don't blame them for that. And they hop when they hop when they. Does anybody remember Joe Torre? Does anybody remember watching Joe Torre? When Joe Torre used to swing and miss, I don't know if you remember it. Joe Torre used to do this. He'd swing and go. You remember that? Yeah, on one leg, he'd jump up and down. Simeon shouldn't be in the lineup. Yeah, he used to jump on one leg. Remember, William, when he'd swing and miss? Simeon shouldn't be playing every day anymore. Simeon shot. See, now tomorrow, if I'm Mendoza, yeah, he used to like hop on one leg when he swung this. I'd have Ewing at second. I'd have Morabito in center. I'd have hopefully Soto could play left if he's feeling well enough. And I would just I'd start Wegerman. I don't know, catch him. But I would definitely Joe Torre, Bayonet. I'll give you a good story. I used to substitute teach where my son went to school, Our Lady of Hope. It was in the neighborhood. I retired from stockbroker in 2001 officially, then went back. And I, Monsignor Civillo was the Monsignor there. And he was good friends. Joe Torre's sister was a nun. And they were very good friends. And he used to go visit on the holidays. And he said that Joe Torre was a really good guy. I also I was friendly with Alan Watson. I haven't seen him in a long time. And Alan Watson played for Joe Torre in St. Louis. And he said that Joe Torre was a very good guy. Look, Soto has done his job this year. Yeah, but no one ever gets on for him, Gio. There's never anyone on. Look at this kid. You think I turned red? So I'm getting ready. Look. Even to the end, I'm going to keep it with orange colors. Incredible. Fucking incredible. Yeah, this team is really terribly unwatchable. Like you visiting teams come in now and expect to win. You can see it. They expect to win. Who wants to bet me in this at-bat Melendez will swing and miss at a high fastball at least once? That's funny, William. Yeah, Joe Torre. Yeah, Torre was a good player. Not with the Mets. I remember when he took over as player manager, and then for about a week or two, and then he he retired. The 3-and-out line. You're right. High fastball. I would never throw him anything but a high fastball. There's a regular fastball strike. Melendez swings and misses more than anybody I've seen. Yeah, look, Soto's a great hitter. It's got to be getting to him too. Yeah, right, Gio. They walk in here expecting every pitcher expects to do well. So, when you expect to do well, you come in a good mindset. High fastball now, I would throw him right at the catcher's mask, and there's no way he'll hit it. There it is. Oh, see? He thought like me. He can't catch up to a fastball. Every pitch now would be high fastball. There's no one on. He gave up a home run at 6-3. He can't catch up to a high fastball. Let's see. There it is. He popped it up. He can't catch up to high fastball. Zeke Coralfa. You're right, man. It should be an afterthought, but unfortunately, I have no life. How you doing, man? Thank you for coming in. This is terrible, right? Well, the ownership perspective here is, he got his casino. Stearns signed a long-term contract, and Stearns wanted to rebuild. This is perfect for Stearns. He gets to unload Peralta and Bichette and Brazaban, and he gets to rebuild. I'm telling you, Z, what Stearns did is Stearns told Mendoza, your job is safe. I'm giving you a lot of hired guns here. May not work. Back at that baseball card, if they all play to it, we got to win 87 games. We'll make the playoffs. If it doesn't work, you're safe. I'll dump them and rebuild. That's why I didn't want anybody more than 1 or 2 year contracts. And now he will flip Peralta. You can get a lot for pitching. Peralta still had a decent year. Brazaban, if he continues to pitch like this, Weaver, they'll flip Weaver. And he'll come in with 5 or 6 young players. Strike next year for a while, and they'll regroup. And they'll tell Cohen, let's see what we have. That's why all the kids will be up. Within a month, all the kids are going to be up. And they'll know what they need. But they'll get 5 or 6 young players. Freddie Peralta is going to get you a top-tier prospect and a useful major league player on a roster. Someone preferably under 25, 26. Brazaban, relief pitching gets you a lot. Weaver will get you something. And who knows who else? If Morabito's not going to be a starter. If Morabito shows enough, maybe you flip him. Probably get a catcher. I could see them trading Alvarez. Yeah, Bayonet. But I think that Stearns is unhappy for the ridicule, but I think he gets to do what he wanted. By next year, you probably have 5 guys that were on this team 2 or 3 years ago. Everyone else would be different. And that's what Stearns wanted. It was good. It was very good, actually. I'll show you. I, for a while, was, I don't know if you could see it. I was a VP at JP Morgan Chase for a while. And I worked for Bear Stearns. I worked in England. In fact, I think I've shown you guys. I worked in England in '91. And I used to take people to a club, the Gloucester. I enjoyed it. This was my ID there. Gloucester Sporting Club, Victoria, England. That was me in '91, and I used to bring them. And I used to love it. They used to love it. It looked like, yes, a correction definitely will come. Gold is going to tank in a bit. But I loved it. Yeah, I love math. I was very good in math. Really? Really banging that? We're in New York? I was on Park Avenue. I started with Merrill Lynch, 55 Water Street in '81. Then JP Morgan. No, not so much. When I worked in England, it was fun. Harrison, New Jersey. I loved England. I was there 18 months. It's different now. Now you walk around England, you think you're in Pakistan. When I was there, it was fun. Now look, he won't catch. Oh, he did catch that. Nice play by Benji. See, that's what you get with the rookies too. Yeah, it's gonna drop a lot. Well, usually there's a dichotomy where if the market's up, gold is down, vice versa. But there'll be a correction. There'll be a correction right before the midterms. You got to remember, in the market, tech stocks always do good in October, November because, you know, Amazon, people are ordering gifts for the holidays and stuff like that. And May and June, the market's dead during the summer because all the CEOs go away for the summer. They don't work during the summer. They go on their yachts and they say, don't make any big decisions till I come back. And that's in September. So usually it's dead during the summer. Good pension. Yeah, sure. I'm sure it has a good pension. You got to duck bullets. Murray, hit the dirt, you know. But other than that, go postal. There's a reason for that joke. Yeah, there'll be a correction. Well, it's volatile now because of the war. You know, it's very hard to judge things now. Oh, that's nice. Retired at 51. That's cool. That's a nice retirement age. I got out in 2006, just before the crash. I took an early buyout. Married a rich girl. Nothing wrong with that. That's strong. William, you were kind of like Michael Corleone. I'm going to sit with this in my... I wish I could light this. I won't light it in here. I love these. Black and mild, wood tip. I won't light it in here. But it's great. So, Ellie Dela Cruz, what's he going to hit? A 900-foot home run now? I swear, every time I hit this table, it's like an earthquake in Queens. The Mets can never do that. Unbelievable. Oh, really, Mike? I had a cardio scan. Scan. I'm diabetic, and the doctor saw a shadow. You know that scan that goes around you, like a dome? And I had to go to a cath lab, and they went up through the groin. They wanted to make sure. Oh, yeah, I'm sure. Manaea's gone a few innings. The Mets will get another run, I think, too. I thought you were 50, William. Yeah, I forget what scan they gave me, but it was around. Was it? I forget what it was, but then they sent me because it was a shadow, and they sent me for the cath up the groin, and it was fine because I'm diabetic, and my parents. Well, my father died of heart disease. My sister at 54 of heart. So being diabetic, 64, he saw a little shadow. He's very proactive, which I don't blame him. You want a good doctor. Let's see here. Can we get out of this 1-1? All he does is throw changeups now, Manaea, because he can't get anything through. 77. You don't look 77. Oh, really? You like it there? I forget what it was called. The cardiac something. I don't remember. I don't know. See, he used to get to that ball. Thank you, Mike. Yes, St. Francis Hospital. The head of St. Francis actually is world-renowned, Dr. Schlafmitz, Richard Schlafmitz. This is sad. This is really sad. There's nothing else you can do. Nothing. Oh, really, Bayonet? Oh, I'm sorry, man. You okay? You got to watch that. Oh, that's okay, Mike. Yeah, well, you want to be where your kids are. I don't blame you. William, it's amazing, right? They teased you just enough. No, severe lung stuff. That must be terrible. People, I knew someone with emphysema, and it was terrible. Asthma. I was asthmatic when I was younger. It's rough. Wallace. I'm just looking at some scores here. Oh, they're young. Seven to 2. Terence, Benj, and Bichette. Boy, is that a A rally in the making, isn't it? So 15 and 19. My son's 31, and he's good at it. My son made a good. Let me put on the air conditioner because I know I'm going to start screaming in about 12 minutes. My son made a good score. He has Knicks season tickets, and his tickets, he has two. They're $1,100 face value each, and they're going for like $3,800, $4,000 on StubHub. So he's going to end up making like $8,000 profit. No, what is that? Too young, yeah, young. He is. He's a good boy. He really is, and he's a Yankee fan. He's smart. Since he's a kid, he tries to get me to the dark side. You would think I'd learn. Mike, I feel bad for them all because, listen, I'm sure they care. It's not like they don't want to lose. They don't have the talent. These guys are all past their prime. Semion's 5 years past his prime. Manaya's past his prime. Bichette, I don't think so. I think he's hurt. Bichette. What concerns me with the Mets is that, thank you, Mike, God bless them too. I just think that they look like they're dead from the top of the first inning or bottom of the first, whenever they're batting. Luis Torrens, that's his hit for the week. He'll go like 1 for 11 now. And tomorrow, Senga will probably start, right? I would think Senga will start. Be nice to get a few runs. Just, you know what? Oh, doesn't it, Bayonet? $1 million. Looks like 3 seasons ago. Ben just slowed down a little. And A.J. Minter is in the bullpen. We're going to see A.J. Minter. And it'll be removed with tightness. Let's see here. And that's another thing. All their relievers throw 96, 97, and ours throw 91, 92. No, Senga's out. Lindor, Polanco, and Senga they're doing baseball activities. Alvarez is way ahead of schedule. And Polanco and Robert will be shut down. He's going to be released, Robert. I guess it was an okay idea to bring him in. You got him for nothing, really. But, everyone knew he'd be out. Oh, Minter was good at one time. Minter was good when he was with the Mets for that short period that he was healthy. He was effective. And we never saw him again. That's what happens with the Mets. If you're effective, you get hurt. And if you stink, you're healthy as fuck. Yeah, Tom did look good. He might get a start. Look at this clown. It's unreal. Look at Keith. You think Keith wants to be here and face traffic? Keith must be kicking himself. I gotta watch this shit for another season. Yeah, Benj. He hit that well, Benj. If he would have pulled that, that would have been a home run. Nothing, Bichette. You know, Howie Rosefield. Well, look at Sam Rosen, retired with the Rangers, and he couldn't even look at the season they had. See, LaFrancona's taking him out. This is where Mendoza would let a guy pitch and he'd give up a 2-run homer. That's the difference in managers. William, I don't think so yet. I think it gives them the opportunity to try to win a job and play. So no, I think the young kids actually feel like we can play now because we're better. So it gives them. You know, Robert will be out for the year. He needs back surgery. But, you know, I just think that what do we do? What do we do? What are we going to do? So scary. See, now look, he removed the pitcher. No, the Mets have no power. That's why the Mets aren't going. Oh, that's why he changed. That's why he did. Good swing. That was bomby hit. You never see Lindor around. Soto looks like he lost a little weight. Maybe it's because his hair's long. But doesn't he look like he thinned down a little? Oh, good pitch. How come the Met lefties never do that? Do you know if a Met lefty had to face Soto, he'd hit it 9,000 feet? Can you imagine Soto facing Peterson? He'd hit the ball at the fucking Guam. Half swing, he hit it out to left. So 7 runs, 14 hits. We scored 2 runs tonight. He is out for the year. He needs surgery, William. He has ruptured disc. So, look. He does look thinner. Absolutely. Well, he had a stomach bug. He's probably been sick for a week. Probably lost 3 pounds, 4 pounds. I still don't believe that's his hair. His hair didn't grow that long in 2 weeks. Probably wearing a wig. Probably wearing a wig because he doesn't want to be recognized outside. We probably have another half hour on here. I really appreciate everybody hanging in with me. You kept me semi-sane. Pretty scary if this is my sane, right? But you notice I've calmed down. But this is terrible because we go through it every night. And you know what the problem is? It's like we never have a shot to win. I could see if we lost a tough game in the 9th inning, but we won one the day before. But we never have a shot to win. We're just never in it. We're never in it. It's terrible. I'll show you what I feel like. See if I can find it. This is what I feel like.
No. Now, Jerry, before I begin, I just want to thank you for listening to this material and for the opportunity you've given me. You know, lots of people think that guys like you, people who've made it, lose their feeling for struggling young talents such as myself. But now I know from experience that those people are just cynics embittered by their own failure. I know, Jerry, that you are as human as the rest of us, if not more so. Oh, well, I guess there's no point in going on about it. You know how I feel. So let's get on with the show. The best of Rupert Pupkin. Jerry, I've sketched out this little outline in order to save you a little bit of time, okay? It's a little introduction. So close your eyes and imagine it's exactly 6 o'clock. You're standing in the wings, and we hear Lou Brown and the orchestra strike up your theme song.
And now, from New York, it's the Jerry Langford Show with Jerry's guests, Richard Pryor, Ben Gazzara, Elizabeth Ashley, Carol Burnett,
and the comedy find of the year making his television debut, Rupert Pupkin, the new king of comedy.
Rupert! Are you crazy? What's the matter with you?
Ah,
People are sleeping. Lower it.
What?
What's the matter with you?
Mom!
Take it easy. Lower it.
That's what I feel like. Hey, Danny. Yeah, what they need to do, Danny, is they need to protest outside the stadium. That's De Niro. It's a great movie. The King of Comedy. Another one that throws 88 miles an hour. Don't the Mets have a left-hander that can throw 91? The Mets are the only team. Every team you see that has a left-hander that throws 96, 98. We have them 88. I wouldn't want to come back if I were Minter. Is that 93? Pretty good if it was 93. Oh, Woke. Woke isn't the... Oh, De Niro's terrible. Well, De Niro was always dating and marrying African-American women, so of course he's going to be woke. Look at Minter. Oh, good pitch. That was a good pitch. That was a great movie. Ma. See, that's the pitch Freddie Peralta had in Milwaukee. When he came here, of course, it was raised and it gets hit for home run. But it was like that in Milwaukee. Breath of fresh air if he can get anybody out. All right. Oh, big time. Soto, let me see. I didn't see it. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Hey, he's going to hit 40 this year, and he missed 15 games. Minter looks good, but the problem is now you probably can't bring him back until fucking September 1st. Brooks rarely. Also, people come back from Tommy John, right? Cole came back from Tommy John, 6 scoreless, right? All guys come back 2 years after Tommy John, can't pitch back-to-back. It's just a shit show. Oh, that was a good pitch. That was a strike. There you go. See, he's throwing 93 right out of the box. That's pretty good. Your hip and your arm are falling off, and you're better than Peterson and Manaea. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Now, in Syracuse, Mike, I will tell you this much. Guys get bored. Veterans get bored down in Syracuse. They don't want to be there. They don't think they should be there. They don't get up for the game. That's why guys don't do well, come up here, and they're fine. Because they don't want to be down there. There's nothing for them to prove. Your adrenaline doesn't, when you got 2,200 people in the stands, which you're going to have here in July, you're not getting up for it. You face a major league hitter, your adrenaline's up. Syracuse AAA, you're facing someone like me. You're going to get excited for that? All right. So here we go. Do we have 5 in us? Please hit the thumbs up if you don't mind. If you haven't, it helps the channel get out to people where they can see me have a fucking stroke on air. Yeah, good job. Foo, I don't know how, my father didn't like baseball. My aunt liked baseball, but she didn't. I wasn't there enough for her to turn me into a Met fan. I don't know how I became a Met fan, honestly. My father didn't like baseball. I don't know how. I must have had friends. Well, when I was 9 and 10, yeah, I had a friend, Paul, who used to keep score. He was a Met fan. He was. I guess I just was friends with a couple of Met kids, and that's how I became a Met fan. I remember being 9 or 10, and my parents went on, they went out on Saturday night. They were fucking 33 years old. And I watched Pride of the Yankees in black and white on the living room television. Babysitter was there. Another 4 years, I would have tried to bang the babysitter, but I was about 10, 11. And I, I'm being serious. And I remember watching that. And I would watch like a Yankee doubleheader. I was into baseball. If you need to jump Paul. No. Thank you, Pooh. No, Paul's a good guy. I lost contact with him many years ago. He used to walk around like this. He was 10 years old. Lady Lalaine and Mr. Meow. He used to say things I should have known. Tony Santillan, whatever the hell his name is. Okay, he's got a 5.85 ERA this year, right? He's got a 1.55 whip. He'll look like Mariano Rivera right now. Watch this. That if you didn't see the stats come up, you said, wow, this guy's good. This guy stinks. A.J. Ewing. He's hovering around the 277. Pretty good. 765 OPS. You know, if you hit 2 home runs in a game, it goes up to 1,100 OPS when you've only played like 16 games. Let's see. Oh, it's got a little control issue. Isn't it scary, Wagaman? Watch Wagaman in a meaningless home run game. Well, his fastball is 93. You see why now he has a 5.8 ERA. You can't be a righty and have a 93-mile-an-hour fastball. You're not going to win. Everyone could hit a fastball. This kid looks like he's 11. He could hit a fastball. That was a good at-bat. I know he grounded out, but that was a tough curveball, and he stayed right with it. That was a good at-bat. He has a clue at the plate. Ben swings and misses on those pitches. Vientos. This is your power hitter. Can you imagine? 6 homers and 23 RBIs. That wasn't a show. Who the fuck is Santa Claus is even there? Santa Claus left the North Pole to see this shit show. Here's the ball. Fucking missed by 2.5 inches this pitch. See, the umpire just wants to get out of there. He's thinking the Mets will just say, you know, I want to go home too. This is the terrible first baseman makes this play. You see? It's incredible. Look at the plays they make against the Mets. Manaea would have tore his Achilles running to first. What a sad thing. 4 and 27 when scoring less than 3. They score less than 3 every night. That's a ball too. I just want to get the fuck out of here. Wagaman. I can see Wagaman hitting a home run. So what do we do? Yeah, Wagaman will be included in the trade and he'll hit 390 in September. Even this pitcher got it up to 95. He's so excited about facing this fucking team. This pitcher probably throws 85. Oh, shit, it's the Mets. Let me pad my stats. And the 1-2 pitch. Got a piece of it. Right? Hey, Brooklyn. I know, man. I got to tell you. I'm searching all over for a fucking dropped Vicodin that I dropped 18 years ago when I moved here. Crawling under the bed like a fucking Marine looking for it. Ground ball to short. Up with it. Throws. Got him. Ball game over. Mets suck. Fuck them. I'm not watching. And that's the ball game. I'm on here 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 6 seconds cursing my fucking dick off. For what? Because I meet you guys. And I have a ball in here with you. And hopefully we 1, 2, 3, let's dance. And hopefully we can get each other through this miserable, because it's going to be miserable. And I will be on here with you guys. I will. I might rant. I might run out of rant because I don't want to die. But my blood pressure, Brooklyn, I wish I had that machine. What I should do is right after this show, go to the emergency room. I need to go on disability. I can't work anymore. Can you check it? No, my blood pressure's fine. But it's this it's the constant repetition of sucking. Five innings, 11 hits, 6 runs, 3 walks, 4 strikeouts. And you know what they're going to say? Well, he got up to 92 today, his average pitch, yeah, and it went 493 fucking feet. Every day the same, but we have fun in here. Good night, William. Get your microphone fixed so you can come in and say hi to me. Thanks for coming on before. I really appreciate it. It was nice to meet you. And have a great night. Brooke, that's funny. Yeah, I can't help him. How could you can't explain this. You really can't explain this. This franchise, we've had a few good moments, because to me, it's not a good moment when you make the 2015 World Series, you have 3 games that you lost, you have a lead in, and you lose that series. To me, that's not a good moment. If we had any other reliever, we would have won that World Series. Do you realize the 3 games we lost, we had a lead in all those games? I know, William. That's fine. I'm glad you came on. I saw you. Don't worry about it. But this is terrible. This is a shit show. And there's, you know what? At least if someone's drowning and you jump in and you can't save the person, at least the guy tried to fucking help. When you stand there going, how many seconds you think it takes? You know, you're a dick. And this is what it is. Stearns just sits there. Mendoza's safe. Stearns, I could see. You know, you got the trade deadline coming. It's hard to find president of baseball operations. First of all, it's hard to find one as bad as him. But, you know, it's hard to – he's got an 80 fucking year contract. He's woke as fucking broke. You love him because of that. So you're not going to fire him. But you know, he's a desert dweller with a desert, one of the desert people with your Cohen. So, you know, you're going to keep him. Yeah, but the way it used to be, there's going to be a lot of people dressed up as empty fucking seats in August. This is terrible. That's funny, William. You know what? This is what it is. I can't wait to hear people screaming.
And so when he was getting the fastball in the strike zone, they were able to do some damage with it. And that fastball up high in the strike zone, South Stewart does a good job staying on top of that. Like I say, knocked the command, fastball up again, and then he made a couple of pretty good pitches.
Made a couple of pretty good pitches. Gave up 10 fucking hits and 6 runs. A couple of pretty good pitches. You need more than 2 good pitches in 70 fucking pitches. Couple of good pitches he made. You need more than a couple when you start a game. All the balls where they show the stat cash, one ball is up in the right field fucking stands. That's where he threw it. That's how far away from the plate it was. It's sitting the stands. My God. My God. Brooklyn, I don't know. They should. 5 innings, 11 hits, 90 pitches. I never root for injuries, but I'm reconsidering because I just can't take this anymore. His whiff rate in 2026 is 3.6%. I would be at 2.2%. Opponent's batting average against him, 370, OPS 852. That's your starter. That's the guy to keep a streak going. I can't believe that no one on here says, honestly, how long do you think Mendoza has? You're not doing anything wrong. If you're reporting fairly, you say, tell you the truth, I'm surprised he's made it this far. Right, Larry? Keith, they did last month, I think Gary Cohen said you really have to start talking about this now, right? But then no one talked about it because they probably called the booth and said, shut the fuck up or I'm going to void your contract. But every night they lose by 5 runs. This is scary. I haven't gone to a game yet, and I have season tickets. What a fucking shit show. Yeah, well, they're not difference makers. They're not Darryl Strawberry. This is just very scary now. I mean, this is really scary. Since 74, since about 70, 71. You know, I was a Met fan in 70, but didn't know what the fuck was going on. In 71, I kind of knew who the players were and stuff. But look, Chase Burns is a great pitcher. He's 7-1. You know, you knew you were going to have a hard time against him. Peterson, there was no reason to think Peterson would be any good tonight. He hasn't been good all year. He hasn't been good since last June. I don't know what the answer is. I would think, first of all, that Torrens has to be sat tomorrow. I would think you'd have more Beto in the lineup. Beatty does nothing. Maybe you could teach more Beto overnight to play third base. I don't know, but something has to give here because you know what? I just don't know how. I don't know how Mendoza's still working. I don't understand it. I really don't get it. They're facing Andrew Abbott tomorrow, who like once every 4 games throws a good one. Guess which one's going to be the good one? But look, what do we do here? I rant, I rave, they don't listen. I'm ready to burn the hat on TV. I don't know what to do anymore. But it's getting sickening now. It's getting to the point where you can't even watch the team. You see, even when you lose, there were times, but you had players you rooted for. These players aren't likable. They're not likable. Soto, you could root for him to hit 40 homers, make the All-Star team. Soto will be the All-Star for the Mets. But what else do you root for? You root for injuries because you want the kids to come up. Yeah, Todd Zeal trying to do what he has to do on here. Gary Apple staring at him like, you know, like he's the fucking Yule log. He's staring at him like, wow. He's not listening. You think if you ask Gary Apple now, what did he just say? Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking about how much I have to put my checking account tomorrow. He's not listening to him.
It's tough to watch at times. And again, not just the 6th consecutive game at 2 runs or fewer, the 25th time this year that has happened. They played, 55?
25 games out of 55, they've scored less than 2 runs.
They lose this series to the Cincinnati Reds. 7-2 is the final tonight. When we come back, when he hit the manager,
oh, good. We're going to hear from Carl. You want to see me destroy this hat? Let me see what Mendoza says. Yeah, right, old Game of Sand. How are you, man? Welcome in. Yeah, you're right. Oh, the pain. Joe Beningo must be fucking, oh, my God. I'm surprised he's alive right now. Tell you, between the Jets and Mets, how the fuck is Joe Beningo still alive? God bless him. I'm glad he is. Don't get me wrong. I remember Joe Beningo, Joe from Saddle River in the 80s. I used to call Steve Summers, FAN, and Joe from Saddle River. That's who he was. And he'd say, oh, the pain even then. You're right, MLN. How are you, man? God forbid you slip into a coma, but I know what you mean. Yeah, you wouldn't have missed anything. Yeah, you would have missed. What's a fucking pride flag doing on the scoreboard? That's probably what you would see. And why are transgenders dancing in the fucking stands? You might have asked yourself that. But other than that, you're right. Yeah, God forbid. It's terrible. Yeah, there were a lot of people that were very upset with the Dodgers. They hated Tommy Lasorda. Anything about the Dodgers. They hated. They took it furious. Like if your wife cheated on you, you would have forgiven her quicker than forgiving the Dodgers for leaving. That's how sick it is, But MLN, I know. Unfortunately, I am right. I wish I weren't, my friend. But this is what it is. You're in a woke city. You got a woke owner. You got Lindor, who's got a wife that works for Mamdani, who's a fucking socialist. How do we have a shot? Oh, I'm sure. And I figured Kimber would catch on somewhere. You know why? Because a lefty, as long as you have a fucking pulse, they'll grab you. But I can't wait to hear Mendoza now. You're right. Old game. You're absolutely right. We're going to hear. I just have to hear that. I feel bad for Mendoza now. Like, I'd pass out in front of the podium now and make believe I was sick or something.
He was a tough one for him. From the very beginning, missing arm side. Looked like he didn't have the best feel for his pitches.
He hasn't had the best feel for his pitches in 40 fucking starts today.
Hard contact there. We make some good plays behind him, but there was traffic, a lot of traffic in those early innings. He competed, but again, he was a tough one for him today.
I know he had looked better as of late, but it's been very up and down to say the least this year. When you look forward, I know you've kind of been taking it day by day. Would you, given how good Sean's starting to look, consider a switch at all there?
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a conversation. We just ended it.
I'm going to keep the orange around.
We're going to need PD to throw.
We're going to do some therapy. I'm waiting. I'm waiting for you to say one fucking bad thing.
Pitching out of the bullpen. We're going to need innings from them.
I'm supposed to rehab my injured shoulder. I'm going to hang myself with this fucking thing.
Some of the guys. And Sean, another good outing for him. So I'm pretty sure there's going to be
another good outing for Sean.
What's next when it comes down to
when you're down 7-2, there's no pressure.
How do you, or do you, or have you already addressed Peterson not backing up there?
It can't happen. It can't happen.
Then don't play him if it can't happen.
Excuses for it. I haven't talked to him about it, but obviously there's going to be a conversation. He knows he made a mistake, but there's no excuses there.
What is Manaea doing better?
There's a lot to like there.
There's a lot to like about Manaea.
You got to give him credit, man. He kept working.
Give him credit. If the score were 2-2, he would have given up a 3-1 fucking homer.
I think you see the swing and misses, especially at the top of his arm. The cutter, the sweeper, some change-ups in there.
You're right, William.
He faced a lot of righties today, and he was, not hitting soft contacts, a couple of ground balls that blew, but overall, he came in running a third and got out of it.
I agree with you, old gamer. Just don't go.
Good against lefties, but it was good to see.
I would stand out there with 100 people. Fuck your casino. That's what I would do. I'd pay people to go out there and do it. If I were a multimillionaire, there'd be 1,000 people a fucking day screaming.
Fastball. I thought the slider was a good pitch for him today. He used it early in counts. He used it to, get swing and misses and to put guys away. But starts with the fastball, and he was on it. Chelsea.
Obviously, if Peterson
because he's not a bad guy, Gio. He's just overmatched. He's not a great manager.
To start any event, he would. Why do you think it's been so hard for him this year to establish that consistency?
Yeah, it's hard to describe, and that's something that he's working on. I know the pitching coaches are on top.
Maybe the pitching coach has to be fired. Maybe he sucks.
The glove side is going to be important for him to be consistent and get consistent outs here. He's going to continue to work, and we're going to continue to help him.
Nice. Carlos, I know run production has been an issue for you.
Run
guys already,
prevention.
so we've been asking.
Not supposed to be that you don't fucking score.
Can you put your finger on what the problem has been for you guys?
They stink.
Amazing, a lot of things.
The problem. Say they stink.
You know, when we saw me back last homestand here, we go to these.
You know what you say? You say, you know what the problem is? Bichette won the batting title last year. He's hitting 220. Semyon has a 400 OPS. That's two of them.
We got to keep going, you know, and got to find a way to
stop having their back.
Because obviously he's going to be hard to win games when you're not scoring runs.
No shit.
Yeah.
Beatty,
hey, Lotion.
Hitting him out, that was just lefty righty, or was there anything going on with him?
Yeah, it was just
right. Just get on. Say, you know why? Because Bichette won the batting title this year. What's he hitting? Semyon, what's he hitting? Beatty, what's he hitting? These are three guys that we depended on to be in our lineup every day.
It was good to see him after a long recovery, long year for him. Couldn't wait to get back on the big league mound, big league competition, and for him to get that in.
A guy that hasn't pitched in 2 years, Minter, is better than any pitcher you have. That tells you about your squad right there.
Yeah, it was just good to see it. You could see the reaction from the guys when he got back in the dugout. Because you know it's not easy when you have to go through what he went through.
Mark Day, you're right.
Let's follow up here, Todd. A couple of things the manager spoke about right there. One of them,
I'm sick. Look, Mendoza's a nice guy. All right. Mendoza's a nice guy. Doesn't mean he should be managing the Mets. If you like him so much, have him over to your fucking one of your 19 fucking houses, Cohen. Put him up in a suite when you get the fucking casino going, and let him babysit your fucking grandchild. But he shouldn't be in the fucking dugout. That's what you ask. What's wrong? What's wrong? What's wrong is Bichette, Semyon, Beatty, and these are three guys that we thought would be hitting. That's it. And you're not picking on them. They're not doing it. What? And when they come to you, say, what am I lying about? Bichette, are you hitting? Then shut the fuck up and go over there. Go in the batting cage. You shouldn't be here. You should be in the fucking batting cage. Old gamer. I told all my friends this. I don't know if you're new to the channel. And welcome in. Thank you for coming in. And watch the rant early on. Rewind. You won't be sorry. My friend works for the Mets. They were at a black tie. I'm politically correct. The black tie, YouTube. Don't get mad at me. And Stearns blamed Alonso for not making the playoffs last year because of Senga's injury. Now, in a moment of a few, he likes chocolate anisette martinis. Is it anisette? Anisette martinis, I think Stearns likes. No, not anisette. What the fuck? Espresso martinis, Stearns likes. And he kind of said, you know, if Senga doesn't get hurt, we make the playoffs. We have to improve our defense. Right after that, that was aimed at Alonso. Diaz, the year before, earlier that year, almost pulled up Lane from a throw from Alonso as well. Stearns just did not like Alonso. They didn't get along. And Alonso was a big fucking mouth. And probably when they were negotiating, he probably said some things. And now we find out he said, well, you're still tinkering with your formulas. I'll be going to the fucking Hall of Fame. This is what he said to Stearns. So I can see why Stearns said, you fucking punk ass, get out of here. And he was right, Alonso. But Alonso's probably a fucking wise ass. And Stearns said, I'm the boss, and you fuck you. That's probably what happened there. I could never. Can you imagine now? Hey, Gio, MNLP. William, Daniel, old gamer, you want to go out and play Cowboys and Native Americans? Can you imagine me now? I'd be fucking in jail at 8 years old. I'd have fucking BLM knocking down my door. Can you imagine? Imagine me now? Politically correct? Oh, fuck out of here. Say what the fuck I want. I know, Brooklyn. But you know what? Look, Alonso was a liability at first base. More of a liability of hurting your pitchers. Because you got to remember, Minta almost came up lame a couple of years ago from Alonzo Wilson. But look, Simeon has gotten very old. I think he was juiced by the fact that Simeon won the Gold Glove last year. Generally speaking, if someone can win a Gold Glove at 35, that means their reflexes are still good. Just stay with me here. If you can win a Gold Glove at second base with double plays and all that, your reflexes are still there. So Simeon was hurt, still won the Gold Glove. And Stearns probably felt, look, we're going to have a strike next year. Got to get rid of Nemo because his wife had a big blowout with Lindor's wife. Got to get rid of him. And let's just hope he rebounds this year. And I totally think that if Simeon were having a good year this year, he'd be the first one fucking traded. Because if Simeon were hitting 270 this year with like 8 homers and 28 RBIs, a contender would take a veteran bat with Gold Glove defense to work in your infield. Absolutely. So he was probably hoping he'd do well so he could flip him too. Robert would have been flipped. You don't think Robert would have been flipped? Robert would have definitely been flipped. Ewing and Benj were going to play every day. He was hoping Robert would be hitting 260, maybe have 13 homers at the All-Star break, show that he's healthy, has some speed, and flip him for somebody. That's what he did. He thought he'd flip all these players, Stearns. What happens is they all suck. No one's going to take any of them. And the one guy that you would think no one would want, Brazaban, is the guy that's probably going to get you the most. Hey, Joe. But look, 5 guys will not be here August 3rd. Robert's going to probably have back surgery. He's gone. Polanco will start it up again, ramp up again, play 4 or 5 games. They'll have to shut him down. I'll need surgery. He needs Achilles surgery. He's got bad bursitis. That doesn't go away. You need that surgery. He's going to try to play through it. Give him credit, but he's not going to be able to make it. And he's going to be DH because Polanco can't play the field. So anytime Polanco's in the line, it's going to be DH. So he's not going to give you anything. They're going to trade Freddie Peralta, definitely trade Peralta. They're going to trade Brazaban, definitely. You'll have Jonathan Patero will be up. Here's Peterson. I just got to hear what this son of a bitch has to say.
On that play, is that just the frustration and your head kind of gets out of the game for a second?
I just didn't do my job. I didn't get to my spot. That's on me.
Then do your fucking job. You just didn't do your job. You've been in the major leagues for fucking 18 years. Yeah, I just didn't do my job. No, you're lazy. You didn't want to do it.
Have you thought about that? Or because you had more success this year?
That's like me saying, I'm a nurse. I forgot to give CPR. I forgot. He died. That's what he's saying. You don't just say, you don't do that. You rip up a new fucking asshole.
Well, it certainly has been a roller coaster of a season here.
No accountability. You know what? Why don't you say, how do you forget your job? You're pitching 6 years in the major leagues. Do you think, why did you forget it? That's what you ask. You don't say, oh, that's why. You don't say that. Can you imagine the excuse? That's like you being a babysitter. Where's the other kid? Oh, fuck, I left him at the store. Oh, that's okay. Is that how you'd answer it? Old gamer, I know. I know. When Trump won the presidency, at Notre Dame or whatever, or Georgetown, you know what they did? They gave crayons and fucking chocolate milk to 21-year-olds. Safe rooms. Yeah, that's smart. That really prepares a kid when the father comes home. Guess what? I have 6 months to live. And you go to your safe room. That really prepares. These are the people that are going to fucking war for. Can you imagine? These are our soldiers. They hear one bullet. No, I want to be safe. I want to get crayons, hot chocolate. Yeah, martini. Can you imagine? This is America. America sucks now. You got to speak up. Every day I take a chance of getting thrown the fuck off YouTube. And you know what? I'm not lying, and I'll sue their fucking ass off because I have enough money to do it. And you know something? Fuck them. I'm telling the truth. You have kids now that come out of college. They live home longest they've ever lived home. The father's working 19 jobs to support their ass. They get up in the morning. You know what they're worried about? Not that daddy's going to have a fucking aneurysm from working 90 hours if their great-great-grandfather knew a fucking slave owner. That's what they're worried about. Who do you think teaches them that shit? I wish my son was in college and I found out that motherfucker professor said who to vote for. I'd go to jail. You told my son who to vote for, motherfucker? Let them try that shit with me. Wrong fucking guy. AJ Minter has a fucking, he's like he's going to put a mask on and go rob a 7-Eleven.
You know, I did let the team down, and it took me a little bit longer.
He's got a hot wife, AJ Minter. That's why he's probably here.
You know, like I said, glad I got this first one, but now it's time.
AJ Minter right now is going, holy shit, I left Atlanta. What the fuck is wrong with me? Can you imagine? I'd call Atlanta right now. I'll pay you this year for me to be on your team. How much you want? The 80s were the greatest. You're 53. I'm 64. I only look 30. I'm kidding. But you're 53. The 80s was great. I remember in the 80s, you know what the thing I regretted about cocaine? That I didn't find it quick enough. I used to bounce and shout in Manhattan, a big dance club. I knew all the METS. The 80s was great. The 80s, you woke up in the morning, it was like the fucking tooth fairy. You had money. You didn't even have to have a job when you woke up with $100 in your fucking wallet. It was unbelievable, the 80s. Everybody had money. Everybody was partying. Everybody was out till 4 o'clock in the morning. They had a job. Who cares? I'll get up. It was the greatest. Mr. Met. They should have a commercial of Mr. Met on a fucking ladder at a Home Depot sizing rope. Old gamer. I was good friends with Bob Ojeda. I used to go double dating with him. My ex-girlfriend was a Rockette, and she set him up. Bobby was a good guy. Very good guy. I got pictures with him. I was at Shea Stadium in the 5th inning. They used him and Gary Apple used to leave Shea Stadium to do the show, the SNY, and that is across the street from Radio City. That's where that studio is. And I'll tell you 86 stories. So I say, Bobby, it's Vinny from Shout. You don't get over here. I'm going to tell Gary what you used to do at Shout. He goes to Gary Apple. I better get over there. Bobby's a good guy. Very funny. He took his pants off down on the dance floor in April. I said, Bob, are you going to win the World Series? Fuck yeah. He's a good guy. Here's me and Bobby around 2014. I don't know if you could see it. Yeah, do you remember when they were stealing the catalytic converters and the computers out of the side of your car, out of the little computers they were stealing? You had to go to the junkyard for $50 and buy one. Bayonet, I'm always at Starbucks. Joe, thank you. My rants. You've really seen nothing yet. Bobby O is a legend. Bobby O's a really good guy. Bobby O's a good guy. But, yeah, the Mets were cool back then. Keith Hernandez, Keith lived on 49th and 2nd Avenue, the big building. And I had to give him a lift once. He couldn't get a cab. Keith used to go in with a 3-piece suit and come out like this. And I drove him home. Couldn't get a cab one night. And he was cool. He was cool. Keith always hung out with Ron Darling. They were always together. And Ed Lynch used to hang out with him. Gary Carter came on a night I wasn't there. I never met him. But and Mookie was very nice. Go to my channel, Interview with Jeff Green. That was my boss. He ran all the city. Bruce Willis, we knew, and And you'll see my interview with him, and we talked about it. I played on Al Pacino's softball team. We talk about it. It's a lot of fun. Go to my interview with Jeff Green, security specialist. Yeah, but Keith wasn't the friendliest guy in the world. He wasn't very friendly back then. He was friendly to me because, you know, he needed something. But he wasn't the most friendly guy in the world, Keith. Well, Keith was always tanked. Tony Darling was wild. Ron Darling's wife. Ronnie would be there, you know, very calm, and Tony's doing shots and smoking, and Tony Darling was wild, his wife. Meet the mess. You're right. Yeah, I believe that. Well, look, David Stearns almost came when they asked him about, oh, I love coming to work tomorrow. I love going to work and going to see Mendoza. Well, yeah, why? I would have said that. I would have said, not for anything, but it's a little weird of a reaction when I just asked you, do you think he's going to be the manager? He was the greatest fielder I've ever seen. Joe Orsolak. Sure, Anthony Young, yeah. Joe Orsolak was good. Orsolak played for Baltimore, I think. Yeah, you see, they have to ask questions. Rick Aguilera was very nice. I think Rick Aguilera was a Mormon, to be honest with you. I believe he was. Yeah, all the Mets came in. Yankees, not so much. I was very friendly with Ryan Sandberg. Leon Dorm and Ryan Sandberg were best friends. And I remember when Rhino would come in, I'd say, if Bobby didn't come in, Ryan, you got tickets for tomorrow? You go, what, Bobby's not here? Joking around with me. He'd give me tickets, but I have to sit with the wives. The Cub wives always sat behind home plate, the family. And I'd get stuck with the Cubs. But they were very nice. Rick Russell's wife was very nice. But those Mets were crazy. They were crazy. They were really crazy. But Bobby O, good guy. Bobby O wanted to be the pitching coach of the Mets. They fired him from the Cyclones because he didn't believe in pitch counts. He was letting pitchers go 85, 90 pitches when they're supposed to go 75. He didn't agree. And they fired him for it. Turning tricks in LIC, yeah, right? Oliver Perez, I gave him a lift. Oliver Perez was doing a baseball card show around 2006 or 7 or something. And his driver didn't come. He up at Scoops in Westchester. The owner of the store knew me, and I drove him home. He lived in Long Island City, right near LaGuardia College. He was nice. He didn't speak much English, but he was nice. Lenny Dykstra, I never met Lenny Dykstra. The only Dykstra story I have is my friend Alan Solomon was a casino host at the Taj in Atlantic City. And Dykstra wrecked the room, a suite, cigar spit all over the place and everything. He didn't leave a tip for the maid. They said he was a miserable prick. Really? Those physical trainers are good. I knew Fred Hina. In the early 2000s, he was a Met trainer. Fred went to get a job in Texas, I think, or something. Fred was a nice guy. No, they wouldn't let Wally Backman manage because Wally oh, really? Yeah, P3, he was very nice. He didn't speak much English. But I drove him to the building where he lived in Long Island City, right off Queens Boulevard on like 41st Street or something like that, near the college. He was nice. He was with his agent. His agent spoke English. I guess the agent had the car near Ollie's house. I drove them both, and then I guess Tom Homan. Ali Perez was another one who's great. The Mets got him. He couldn't get him out. Ali Perez threw like Peterson. James Hefner's doing great. It's amazing when you go to an organization that isn't as dysfunctional, how good you could do. It's just scary. Best Buy in Northern Boulevard. Well, Northern Boulevard near Long Island City, that's probably why he was there. He lived over there. Was it the Northern Boulevard on 48th Street? Or whatever it is, 48. That's where he lived, Ollie. No, Bichette's going to get it going. I think Bichette's still hurt. Bichette's having a terrible year, and he's on pace to knock in 85 runs. They're going to be empty calories. You know, he's going to knock in 95 this year, and you're not going to remember one big one. He won't even be here. He'll be traded. Yeah, Keith would go nuts. Keith would go nuts. Keith would. Lenny Dykstra would. Johnny Franco would. Johnny has a temper. Alex Ochoa, remember him? Lastings Millage. We've had them all. I totally agree with you. I said that 3 hours ago on here. What the fuck are they? First of all, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. They're working class. Peterson makes $1 million a year. He can't get a fucking out. They're working class. Fucking out of here. Oh, Craig, I'm sorry. Right over my head. I'm sorry. Mandami. Well, you know how they can take care of that. I don't want to say it, though. How are you, Craig? I didn't realize. Everything good? Yeah, we are old school. The Mets are terrible. I never believed that it could get this bad. I never believed it. Really, brother? White Castles. I used to eat White Castles. No more, unless I go with a guy and it goes 8, 9. Is he back in? You know. But I used to love White Castle. Double cheeseburgers, double chicken sandwiches, love them. Now, even them now, you go get a fucking, it costs you $14. You imagine? Used to call, if you had like 11 cents, you owed them a penny if you had a whole fucking meal. Now, forget about it. It costs you $9. Everything's ridiculous. I say that to my, I worked at Shout on 43rd Street in the 80s where Ojeda and Metz used to come and stuff. And I took my son about 13 years ago to see Pee Wee Herman. And it was in the old Xenon. And inside it looked the same. The staircases coming down and all that. And I went across the street to the parking lot. And it was like, I don't know, $48 or something. And I said, God, I can't believe it used to be $9. He goes, Dad, that was a half a century ago. Like my son gets crazy with me. He goes, Dad, you're talking about 44 years ago. He's right. I just don't want to grow up. You see, if I don't admit that's a half a century ago, I'm still fucking 25. Oh, my God. Really? That much? It's crazy. They're good, though. And then the greatest thing, you were able to buy them in the store. They didn't taste quite like they did in the store because they probably spit on them in the store. But, they don't quite, but they're close enough where you can like them. That's unbelievable. Were you really? The conversion bar. Wow. That's incredible. 35 slice of pizza. I remember when the bus was 35 cents, 1973. I remember that. I think a pizza was $3.75. A Sicilian was $4.50, and the Supreme Special was like $6. It had like 19. It would be like $3,000 now because it had more than 2 meats on it. Daniel, yeah, Carlos Mendoza. Well, he's not such a dum-dum. The fucking guy's making $1 million a year, and he fucking sits there and loses every night. I wish I was as stupid as he was. But look, Mets lose again. I did a happy dance before. I don't even remember. It's so long ago I was on here when I started. I don't even remember why I did it. But hopefully tomorrow night I'll be on at the same time, same bat time, same bat channel. If you're old, you know. Yeah, the subway tokens. Remember that? Everything's changed. And you know what? To be honest with you, everything has changed for the worse. I never thought I'd say that. But everything has changed for the worse. Just go into a college and have a conversation with 5 fucking college kids. And you'll know what I mean. Have a great night, everybody. Thank you for coming in. See you tomorrow night. God bless you all.